morning, everybody, and welcome to Short Sale Power Hour. That's Sleepy Kevin. I'm Fred. We're Group 4610. You're watching ShortSalePowerHour.com. Just because this is the week of reminders, we want to remind you, go like our page on Short Sale Power Hour. Go like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/ShortSalePowerHour. Got a couple thousand likes on there. You and I tend to interact with our viewers a lot over the last couple of months. We've been enjoying that. If you've never downloaded our Short Sale Power Hour app in the App Store, go do that. And if you haven't attended a Short Sales Gone Wild event, what are you waiting for? Phoenix, we're going to be in town here Friday, September 30th, and then Monday and Tuesday, October 10th and 11th, we're going to be in Minnesota and Denver, respectively, teaching on short sales. So come out and support us. We'd love to see you there. What's the topic of the day?
Also got a special, whoever is the 4,610th person to like the Short Sale Power Hour page.
You got something special for them?
Got something special for that person.
Wow, like you're going to take the shirt off your back and give it to them?
It'd be much better than that and less scary.
Okay, good.
Yeah. All right, so, hey, today's Short Sale Power Hour topic is commission. Let's talk about commission. Fred and I teach a lot about how to protect your commission, how to make sure you get paid 6% as often as possible. The other thing that we'll talk about from time to time is the fact that occasionally taking 5% might be the best way to go.
So that's a good question. When is it okay to take 5% commission?
Yeah, so for us there's a couple scenarios, and this is not the way you need to do it. This is just what the things that Fred and I consider, and you may want to consider this as well. And I'll preface this by saying, if you want to fight it, you could actually get 6% on every single deal. It's my belief system that you could have 6% on every single deal if you're willing to fight it to the absolute, to the 10th degree. Just go all the way up. But when you take 5%, for us it's pretty easy. There's a couple scenarios. If it's a higher dollar listing, and in our market where our average sales price is $130,000, $140,000, maybe $150,000 on a really good month, higher dollars over two. I'm not saying we just take 5% over $200,000, but hey, if you've got a deal over $500,000, $600,000, maybe even $800,000, and the investor's coming back and saying we'll pay you 5%, I'm not saying don't go ask for 6%, but my suggestion is this: it might be worth your time to take the 5% and move on instead of fighting all the way and possibly burning a bridge, because that's such a higher payday than what you're normally used to.
Well, if I could interject real quick, I think you just alluded to something that we should probably lay out first so they catch it. The key to taking commission is knowing who the investor is. And that's why you and I harp on it so much. Everybody thinks it's so you can escalate to the investor. And yeah, that's part of it. But the other part of knowing who the investor on the short sale is knowing what their guidelines are. If it's Fannie, Freddie, FHA, or VA, you automatically know you're getting 6%. And I'm here to tell you that if you think that every servicer is going to pay you 6% on Fannie, Freddie, FHA, and VA just because they know who the investor is, you're absolutely wrong. Time and time again, I promise you, there are transactions you have closed where you've earned 5% commission. You should have gotten 6%, you just didn't know Fannie or Freddie owned the loan. And if you don't know how to find that information, you need to come to Short Sales Gone Wild. Period, end of story.
We'll show you how to do it. So, knowing the investor is key. For instance, if it's Bank of New York and it's a big deal, I may not fight it. I know that, hey, it's going to take a lot of work to break down those walls and get in there and actually get somebody there on the phone to approve a higher dollar amount. I may not fight that as hard. I may say, you know what, I've got 30 other homes under contract, and I'll go spend my time working on getting other approvals.
Yep. Well, okay, so the investor is one factor that would potentially cause you to take 5%. The purchase price, as you alluded to, may be another factor.
Right.
Like some banks, like BofA, has kind of a scale.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, even that we know exceptions
but even
are made.
BofA, I don't want to say caves, but BofA really does. They're pro agent, in my opinion. Like they'll give it to the agent if they ask for it.
Talk to the right people, and then the last thing is knowing the right people. The relationships you have at the bank can determine whether or not you'll get 6 or 5%, flat out. I know at several lenders they've said the guidelines are 5%, but I've had such great relationships with the managers in those departments or the VP of that department that I've gone to them and said, hey, look, I'm sure the guidelines say this, but hey, I've got an offer that's 100% of your BPO value, or it's actually $2,000 higher than your BPO value. Now, you and I both know that I could just go back to the buyer and offer them a discount and give them a couple $1,000s off the price, and you guys would net a few $1,000s less, but you would still meet your minimum net. Or, you know what, because I got you such a great offer, you could just reward me for that by giving me 6% commission.
Absolutely.
And it's not like I'm like absolutely just, you know, challenging them like flat out with that in a nasty way, but I'm just leveling with them to go, look, it's about net, and I got you a really great net, and so I know you can make an exception on this guideline, please do it. But that's based on what contacts you have at the bank and who you know there and who you've worked with and who you're willing to build a relationship with.
Absolutely. So, hey guys, the point is there's going to be time to time where 5% is what you've got to do. It makes more sense for you. I'm not saying you have to, but what I'm saying is it might make more business sense for you. Maybe it will cause you to keep a relationship. It might be a give and take thing. There's plenty of people that we work with that we know that if we just give in and take 5% for them every once in a while, the majority of the time they're going to give it to us. So it's a give and take relationship. We actually have really good relationships with a couple of really large lenders, and so that works out in our favor. But I'm here to tell you, it's also sometimes we just go, you know what, we can have this approval now. We've been working on this file only for 30 or 45 days. Why don't we just get this deal approved and move on to the next? We've got 30 other homes under contract.
Yep.
And so there's not an exact science to it, but there are factors to consider. And so I'll challenge you to consider those factors and decide, hey, when should I take 5? When should I push for 6? And again, it's all about who you know, who's the investor, what's your previous experience with this person. Are you willing to fight it? Are you willing to potentially lose a relationship, or are you willing to strengthen a relationship?
Yep.
All those factors come into play.
I think today was a really good episode.
It was.
Okay. Hey, if you haven't checked out our new lead gen toolbox, that means you're probably not receiving our emails or not on our email list. So go sign up at Short Sale Power Hour. You missed our free giveaway a couple weeks ago. It may not be too late for you to get that, but you need to sign up to have any access to that. We're giving free stuff away on the show, and I don't just mean like video content. We're actually giving documentation away of things we do to get leads. So you're gonna want to check out our lead gen toolbox. It's you guys twisted our arms. That's all I can say.
I can't believe we were actually talked into giving this information out. So
I'd rather talk about banks, and you somehow got us to talk about how we get listings. Okay, let's wrap it up. 1, 2, 3. Short Sale Power Hour! Short Sale Power Hour! Will someone tell Kevin that he keeps clapping too early after we do that? Like, he's not even done with Power Hour and he starts the clap. It's ridiculous. We'll see you Friday.